Welcome back to another weekly deal analysis here in the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. Each and every week, I jump on here, break down a cash deal and a creative deal. Same property, analyzing two different ways. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to Missouri. Today we're going to Missouri. 2028 Hungerford Drive in Florissant, Missouri. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, just under 1,200 square feet. Let's take a look at this thing, see what the condition is. All right, brick front, I like that. It's got a 1-car garage. Roof looks pretty good. That's super basic, nothing crazy there. Wow, this thing is really plain. Hardwood floors look a little scuffed up there. It's hard to see, but the tile just kind of blends into the wall. So we got to do a bathroom remodel. Floors in here. This thing really needs a paint job. Got random doors just laying around. Wow. Some pretty 1970s subway tile there if I've ever seen it. All right, so we got to do 2 bathrooms. We need a paint job everywhere. Floors need to be refinished. Ooh, yeah, they do. Got a nice wear pattern right there. Wear patterns. Purple fan. Yeah, that's got to go. Kitchen. It's in pretty decent shape. All right, so they got an island or a peninsula. Ooh, they tried to go with the 2-tone with different color cabinets. And because they forgot to paint that part, I guess I got a 3-tone. All right, so we need, deck looks pretty good. That's a huge deck. Power wash, restain it, paint it, whatever. Good size yard. All right, so from the pictures, we know we need a paint job. We need flooring, we need a kitchen, and we need 2 bathrooms. Nothing too crazy, but all in, we're probably going to spend about $30,000 on a renovation on this thing. So they are asking for $150,000. They just had a price reduction about 2 weeks ago. On the market for almost 70 days now. Not really surprising seeing the condition of this thing. Market trends. All right, so this is clearly a non-disclosure state, so they don't put what it actually sold for. But we know in 2010, this property was purchased. They've been chasing the market for going on 3 months now, so just before Thanksgiving. 160, price drop, 155, 150. So they're pretty consistent with their price drops, which is a good thing. And that shows me a little bit of motivation, but I think their price is way off. Property taxes, pretty high for something that size, in my opinion, but I don't know this market. I just picked this house off the internet randomly. All right, let's see what the area is roughly valued at. Now remember, this is just Zillow. This isn't gospel, so you can't take these numbers truly to heart, but it's a good baseline. All right, so we got 144, 58, 30, 73, 60, 7. All right, so I don't think this house is worth 150 in its current condition, but I think once it's cleaned up and has that $30,000 worth of work in there, yeah, you're probably pretty good. All right, so we know what our ARV is going to be 150. If you don't know what ARV is, it's after repair value. In the investor world, we love to use acronyms. All right, so 150, and we're gonna do our investor cash price of 65,000, 65% of ARV minus repairs. So let's pull up our calculator. All right, so we're gonna say our ARV is 150,000. And we're going to offer 65% of that. So times 0.65, 97,000. And We're estimating about $30,000 in renovations. I don't know much about this market, but 30,000 seems pretty high. You know what? Let's call it 20. So minus 20,000. That's going to give us an offer price of 77,500. Let's go to InvestNest and put these things in. All right, so I've already got this thing pulled up, and our estimated value is still 153, but that's in top-notch condition. Our rental estimate is 1160. I actually think that's pretty good because owner details. If you want to skip trace them, you can just click that button right there. And the InvestNest, if you like their software, you want to try it out, they do a 1-week free trial. You don't even have to put a credit card in. If you do like it and you do want to buy and subscribe, it's a month-to-month, cancel at any time, no contracts or anything like that. And if you use my code Chris Thompson Real Estate at checkout, you get half off your first month, bringing it down to like $7 a month or for the first month. I'd be really shocked if they had a mortgage on this thing since they've owned it since 2010. And they don't. Well, they got a credit line of $32,000 from 06. We don't know if that's already paid off or not. Oh, current mortgage. Yeah, there is no current mortgage. Ooh, here we go. We can find it. So Zillow doesn't have it, but the InvestNest does have what they paid for it. So in 2010, they paid $50,000 for this thing. We're in St. Louis County. Pretty sure I'm saying this name right. If I'm wrong, drop it in the comments. If I'm saying it wrong, my bad if I am. Built in 72, still needs a lead inspection because it is older than 78. Nothing fantastic there. All right, let's go calculate this thing. All right, so from our calculator, we said that we are going to offer 77,500. Oh, helps if we put the name in correctly. All right, here's our purchase price. 77.5. Closing cost, 2 points. If you're getting a hard money loan, you are paying generally 2 points on that. Renovations, what did we say we were doing on our renovations? We said we were going to do $20,000 of renovations. And we're not financing that, but they do have the thing here where you can roll that in. We're going to do 20% down at 7.5 spread over 30. All right, so our rental amount here from the InvestNest is saying 160,000. You know me, I like to check HUD. For a 2-bedroom, they are saying 1,380. Let's knock, well, how close are we? So they're knocking about $220 off. So let's kick this up to just 200. Because with HUD or Section 8, you're really only getting, you're not generally going to get that full amount. You're knocking 100, 150, 200, depending on your market. I don't know this area. So we'll call it 180 is going to be our rent. Property taxes, insurance, management fee, $118. Tenants paying for all utilities. And since we are basically putting all kinds of new stuff in here, well, seeing the condition, well, we're going to go in and renovate it. So we'll leave that at 5. Vacancy, we're going to put a tenant in there, leave that at 5. CapEx, I think we should up this to 10 just to be safe. Because we don't, from that, we can't see the age of any of the mechanicals. We don't know what the water heaters looks like. We don't know what the HVAC looks like. So just to be safe, we'll kick it up a little bit. Appreciation rate, interest rate appreciation, 2 points on all that stuff. We're investors. Agents love us. So we will change that commission down to 5%. All right, you ready to look at the numbers? So It's not going to be a great return on this thing. You're only getting about less than $100 a month. And that's with putting out close to $40,000. I don't know that that would be, might have to go even a little bit lower on that thing, but let's see how everything else plays out. So it's only not even a full 3% cash on cash return. I don't see how making this a cash deal works very well. But your ROI is pushing 9. ROI is pretty good at 9%. So you're just under 8.5. Closing fees, 27.90, 3.6. If you like to use old school, the 1% rule, whatever you purchase something for, it has to rent for at least 1% of that. We're over that. So with a rental income of 1180, breaking all our numbers down here, and remember we upped our capex to 10%. That's why this number looks a little bit higher. But all in all, pretty good return. Cash on cash is not a good return. Your return on investment, that's pushing 8.5%. So not the greatest cash deal. Sinking almost $40,000 into this thing to get only 100, not even $100 a month back. I don't think it's a great deal. Now, yes, you're putting more away into your war chest, but you don't spend your war chest unless it's war chest time. So 77.5, probably not the greatest offer on this thing, but with this software, you can play with it to see. So if you want to get 200, so if you want to get $200 a month, which is a better return, but still not great, I don't know that I'd be buying this thing on a cash deal. Let's have the fun part now, creative time. So our ARV we're saying is 150,000. What do you think our purchase price should be? I'm going to lean towards knocking. Well, we know how much work needs to go into it. So to keep our numbers a little bit lower, let's knock $20,000 off because that was our run-up number that we used before. So while we already know that number, let's drop it in here. So our offer price, we're going to knock $20,000 off of that. So we're going to offer $130,000. Our interest rate we're going to look for, let's throw 4% out there, see what we can get. Remember, this is seller finance. PITI, you know where I'm going, bank rate. So if we are offering $130,000, and this automatically goes to, you know what? Because this needs so much renovation, I'm going to start at 5% down. Our interest rate we said was 4%. I already put the zip code in. Brings up our taxes. Let's confirm that. And property taxes are $200 a month, so bank rate got that wrong. And insurance another $100 a month. All right, so there's our payment, PITI 890. 890. Potential rents. What do we say our rents were going to be? 1180. That gives us our gross cash flow of $290, which seems pretty good. But then when you take away the war chest and the management fee, still not great. So our war chest numbers, $236. Wow. This sucker ain't gonna move at all. Management fee, could be 118. So at this, these numbers don't work because we're already at a negative cash flow. So let's play with the numbers until we get it to where we think it's actually going to work. Let's come back over here. We're going to change our offer price to $100,000. Still only with 5% down, still only 4% at the rate. Now we might be able to make some magic happen here. Yeah, we're coming in pretty low from what they're asking, but they've been on the market for over 2 months and clearly it's not selling. So $637. Let's see if we can adjust that and make some money here. $637. All right. So we're still putting away a good reserve. We are still paying the management fee of the 10%. All right. So almost 200 bucks. Not the greatest return, but let's see how much we're all putting into this. So what are we going to offer the seller? 5% down, right? So there's $5,000. Agent commission, 2,000. We'll give them 2 points. No assignment fee because we're doing the homework ourselves. Closing costs. Nest told us we are spending about, no, I gotta up this. So our closing costs are 3.6%. So we're gonna go with $3,500 because our offer price went up. Closing costs, 3,500. We know our renos are 2,000. Our holding costs is about 1,250 again. No arrears. A good TC is going to cost you about $1,000. Still not a great deal. I try to make these numbers work, but it's really just not coming together. So what if we change our interest rate to 2%? $534. All right, so now we're starting to get somewhere. And look, overall, these are not great numbers, but if you're okay with deploying $33,000 and getting $300 a month back, go for it. Now remember, you're actually getting more than that 292 because 236 is going into that war chest. So this will take you over 9 years to recoup your capital to make it an infinite return. So that does it here for us on the weekly deal analysis here in the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. As you saw from today's analysis, it's a horrible cash deal unless you're basically stealing the thing. And even the creative deal, the numbers really don't mesh. So if you can get those renovation costs down, now you're doing a lot better and you're less cash out of pocket. If you can get those renovations down to like 10 grand, which again, I don't know that market. If you can get that done for that price, sweet, do it. Because then that would bring your return back to about 5, 6, 7 years, somewhere in there. If you can get all your capital back out and have an infinite return in under 5 years, that's what I'm looking for. If you're getting it back between 5 to 7, I'd probably still take that deal too. Either way, we'll catch you next week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.